Hi guys, and welcome to the Oddspedia channel. Time to explain another betting market that is very interesting and something that can be quite useful for you. I'm talking about card betting. Let's explain what it is and how to use it wisely. Everything now. We've explained in this channel all the main important betting markets that you can use to earn some money while placing your bets. If you follow our videos, you will see our analysts using so many different betting markets to give you some tips and ideas for betting. And sometimes they also give you tips about betting on cards, something that you can use in your football bets. This market is really straightforward. You just need to bet on the number of yellow or red cards shown in the game. However, there are so many options for betting in the cards market. Let me show you which kind of bets you can place within this market. Some important things that you should know. Bookies only count cards shown to players, so managers or staff managers being booked don't count for this market. If a player gets 2 yellow cards, he is sent off. This counts as 3 cards shown. Cards shown after the final whistle don't count as well. By the way, there are bookies that offer you the possibility to bet on cards but with points. The bookies allocate points to every single card. For instance, usually yellow cards are 10 points and red cards are 20 points, but some other bookies give yellow cards 1 point and red cards 2 points. You have to check with your bookie. So when you go to your preferred bookmaker, you will find several card betting options, such as total number of bookings. You can bet in the number of bookings, or for instance, an over or under cards. So here you can bet over 4.5 cards during the game. In this case, if there are 5 cards, you will win your bet, no matter if these cards are yellow or red. If you back under 4.5 cards, you will win your bet if there are 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4 cards during the game. You can also bet on exact number of cards. Same here as exact score. Here you need to guess the exact number of cards. This one is a very tough one, to be honest, and the odds are quite high. This is almost like gambling, in my opinion. You can also bet on bookies and at halftime. In this case, is combining the halftime and full-time betting market with the cards betting market. So you need to guess the number of cards during the first or the second 45 minutes. You can also bet cards with handicap. In this case, if you know that one team is way dirtier than the other one, you can bet cards with handicap. So you will give an advantage of cards to one team. This is very useful, for instance, if there is a big team like Man City playing against a very defensive team, like Atlético de Madrid, for instance. You can also bet on team with more cards. Here it's way easier. You only have 2 options. Time of the first card. You can back intervals and guess when is gonna be the first card shown. For instance, you can bet on the first card to be shown from the 30th to the 45th minute. Another betting market with cards, player to be booked. Pick up the player that will see the yellow card or even the red card. If you have Sergio Ramos or Pepe, for instance, these are good options to back a red card for these players. You can also bet red card during the game. Will the referee send off any player? You can also bet on that. On Oddspedia, we have different modules that allow you to compare the average number of yellow and red cards per team, as well as betting stats that show, for instance, the total number of cards and the head-to-head. To find this information, simply go to stats in every single event or even in the competition page themselves. Then search for the average number of cards. For betting stats, check the module named cards. This should be very helpful to bet on cards and be very successful. So as you can see, you have plenty of options to bet on the cards market. Your options are really great, and you just need to be very careful, follow the stats, and for instance, follow some tips that I'm gonna give it to you right now. There are many options available for the card betting market, but also you must be very careful when placing your bets. Let me tell you now some things that you should consider before placing your bets. First one, check the stats. In this market, same as in the corners betting market, for instance, stats are very important. There are teams that get many cards, and you should always consider these kind of stats. In the competition's official websites, you can see good stats about cards. Also, consider the referee. Apart from seeing the team stats about cards, also check out the referee's stats. There are some referees that show much more cards than others, and you should consider this as well. Also, take in consideration hot games. Derbies are always very good games to bet on red cards or a high number of bookings. High-profile games like Boca River, Olympiacos Panathinaikos, Lazio Roma, we always see tension and dirty football, and that means a lot of cards. So take this into consideration. Another important thing, the importance of the game. And it's not only important to see if the game is a derby or there is a lot of rivalry between them, but what's at stake. If this is a relegation 6-pointer, we should see more bookings than if this game is between two teams that are in the middle of the table. Besides, taking into consideration the style of the teams. Following our previous example, Pep Guardiola's teams usually don't get many cards. Why? Because they have the ball and possession, therefore they don't commit a lot of fouls and don't get a lot of bookings. On the other hand, Simeone's Atletico, quite defensive, and then they commit many fouls, leading to cards. Have this in mind when placing your bets in this market. These are the main factors that you should take into account when betting on cards. Some of our tipsters give you odds and ideas to bet in the card market. Do you like it? Do you usually bet on cards? What advice can you give to our audience? Tell us, as always, in the comment section. And don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and see you very soon.